ancient Egypt. A civilization that has fascinated historians and archaeologists for centuries. A land of pharaohs, pyramids, and powerful gods. It was a place where the divine and the mortal intertwined in everyday life. In this world of grandeur and mystery lived Queen Nefertiti, one of the most iconic figures of ancient Egypt. Her name means "the beautiful one has come," a testament to her renowned beauty and elegance. But Nefertiti was more than just a beautiful face. She was a queen of immense influence and power. She played a pivotal role in Egyptian history during the 14th century BC, a time of significant transformation. As the great royal wife of Pharaoh Akhenaten, she helped shape a period of dramatic change and upheaval. Together, they were a formidable pair. Nefertiti's reign marked a departure from traditional Egyptian beliefs and practices. She and Akhenaten introduced a revolutionary form of worship. They ushered in a new era of religious fervor centered on the worship of a single god, the Aten, symbolized by the sun disk. This monotheistic shift was unprecedented. Nefertiti's influence extended beyond the religious sphere. She was a key political figure as well. She held significant political power and was depicted in positions of authority alongside Akhenaten. This was unusual for a queen at the time. This suggests she played an active role in governing the kingdom, advising on state matters and possibly even co-ruling with her husband. Nefertiti's story is one of ambition, devotion, and ultimately mystery. Her sudden disappearance from historical records has puzzled scholars for years. Her life and reign continue to fascinate us today. Researchers and historians are still uncovering new details about her extraordinary life. Her legacy lives on in the exquisite art and architecture of her time. The artifacts from her era are a testament to her influence and the cultural richness of ancient Egypt. These artifacts offer glimpses into the splendor and intrigue of ancient Egypt under her influence. They remind us of a queen whose impact was as profound as it was enigmatic. Nefertiti's power and influence during Akhenaten's reign were unprecedented. She was not just a figurehead or a ceremonial queen. She wielded real power and had a significant impact on the political and religious landscape of ancient Egypt. She was not simply a queen consort, she was a true partner to the pharaoh. Together they initiated a religious revolution, promoting the worship of the sun disk, Aten, over the traditional pantheon of Egyptian gods. This is evident in the numerous depictions of her in royal iconography. Nefertiti is often shown in a position of prominence, sometimes even more so than Akhenaten, which was highly unusual for a queen. She is often shown in scenes traditionally reserved for kings, including smiting enemies and making offerings to the gods. These depictions highlight her active role in both religious and military affairs, showcasing her as a powerful and dynamic leader. Furthermore, Nefertiti's name appears alongside Akhenaten's in official inscriptions, signifying her equal status and authority. This partnership is unique in the annals of Egyptian history, where queens were often relegated to the background. She even held her own royal titles, such as Lady of the Two Lands and Great of Praises. These titles were not merely ceremonial. They reflected her genuine influence and the respect she commanded within the royal court and beyond. These titles demonstrate the respect and reverence she commanded. Nefertiti was not only a queen, but also a revered figure whose presence and decisions shaped the course of Egyptian history. Nefertiti's influence extended to the political sphere as well. She was involved in state affairs and is believed to have had a hand in shaping foreign policy, negotiating with other nations, and securing Egypt's position on the world stage. She is believed to have played a key role in diplomatic relations with foreign powers. Her diplomatic acumen helped maintain Egypt's stability and prosperity during a time of significant change and upheaval. Some scholars suggest that Nefertiti even ruled Egypt alone for a brief period. This theory is supported by various artifacts and inscriptions that hint at her solo reign, possibly after Akhenaten's death. This theory stems from the discovery of inscriptions referring to a female pharaoh during this time. These inscriptions are rare and often ambiguous, but they provide tantalizing clues about Nefertiti's potential role as a sole ruler. While the evidence is inconclusive, it highlights the possibility that Nefertiti's power extended even further than previously thought. Her legacy as a powerful and influential queen continues to captivate historians and archaeologists, shedding light on the complexities of ancient Egyptian politics and society. Nefertiti and Akhenaten instigated a radical shift in Egyptian religion. Their reign marked a significant departure from the long-standing traditions that had defined Egyptian spirituality for millennia. They moved away from the traditional polytheistic beliefs which had been deeply ingrained in the culture and daily life of the Egyptian people. Instead, they introduced a new monotheistic religion centered on the worship of the Aten, a revolutionary concept at the time. The Aten, represented by the sun disk, was considered the supreme and only god, a stark contrast to the multitude of deities previously worshipped. This religious revolution was a dramatic departure from centuries of tradition and had far-reaching implications for Egyptian society. It altered not only religious practices, but also the political and social structures of the time. Temples dedicated to other gods were closed, their images defaced, and their worship forbidden. This was a clear message that the old ways were no longer acceptable. The priesthood, once a powerful force in Egyptian society, was sidelined. Priests who had served the old gods found themselves without roles or influence. Nefertiti embraced this new religion with fervor. She was not just a passive supporter, but an active participant in the worship of the Aten. She is often depicted alongside Akhenaten, making offerings to the Aten, symbolizing their joint commitment to this new faith. The couple even changed their names to reflect their devotion. This act was more than symbolic. It was a public declaration of their new religious identity. Akhenaten, originally Amenhotep IV, took a name meaning effective for the Aten, signifying his role as the primary advocate for this monotheistic worship. Nefertiti's name may have also been altered to include a reference to the Aten, further solidifying her dedication to the new religion. This religious transformation was not without its challenges. The radical changes faced significant opposition from various quarters. It faced resistance from the priesthood, who saw their power and influence wane, and from the populace, who were deeply attached to their traditional beliefs and practices. However, Nefertiti and Akhenaten remained steadfast in their commitment to the Aten. Their unwavering devotion to this new faith marked a unique chapter in the history of ancient Egypt, one that would leave a lasting legacy despite its eventual decline. Section 4. Nefertiti's image in art. Nefertiti's reign coincided with a remarkable period of artistic innovation in ancient Egypt. This period, known as the Amarna Period, is characterized by a distinctive style. It features elongated figures, exaggerated features, and a sense of movement and informality. Nefertiti herself became an icon of this new artistic style. Her image, immortalized in countless statues, busts, and reliefs, is both beautiful and powerful. The most famous depiction of Nefertiti is undoubtedly the bust housed in the Neues Museum in Berlin. This painted limestone sculpture captures her delicate features, serene expression, and regal bearing. It is a masterpiece of ancient Egyptian art. Beyond its aesthetic beauty, Nefertiti's image in art served a political and religious purpose. Her depictions alongside Akhenaten, often in intimate family scenes, emphasized the couple's unity and devotion to the Aten. These images were meant to promote the new religious order and legitimize their rule. Section 5. The Great Royal Wife. Nefertiti's title, the Great Royal Wife, reflected her significant role in Egyptian society. She was not merely Akhenaten's wife. She was his equal and confidant. She played an active part in religious ceremonies, political affairs, and royal life. The concept of a great royal wife was not new in ancient Egypt. However, Nefertiti's prominence and influence elevated this role to new heights. She was often depicted in scenes traditionally reserved for the pharaoh. This highlights her unprecedented power and authority. Nefertiti's relationship with Akhenaten was also unique. Their affection for each other is evident in the art from their reign. They are often shown embracing, holding hands, and playing with their children. This portrayal of a loving and intimate royal couple was a departure from the more formal depictions of earlier pharaohs and their consorts. Section 6. Building projects and patronage. Nefertiti and Akhenaten's reign was marked by ambitious building projects. They constructed a new capital city, Akhetaten, dedicated to the Aten. This city, known today as Amarna, was a testament to their religious fervor and desire to create a new society centered on the worship of the sun god. Nefertiti played a key role in the construction and decoration of Akhetaten. She is depicted in scenes overseeing building works and making offerings to the Aten in the newly constructed temples. The city was filled with temples, palaces, and tombs, all adorned with intricate carvings and paintings celebrating the Aten and the royal family. Beyond Akhetaten, Nefertiti's patronage extended to other parts of Egypt. She is believed to have commissioned temples and monuments in honor of the Aten. These projects served to spread the new religion and solidify her and Akhenaten's legacy.